Hi coloring friends and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I am having my own little small Valentine's color-a-thon, and the summary I will link it for you if you've missed it, but I also want to take you with me while I color, because I will start actually a bunch of pages today and I thought this might be interesting for you. And I am starting in the Fairy and Fantasy 3 by Christine Karron, and this is the page that I want to do today. This is a fairy flower bouquet, and I decided that I will use those Ohuhu water-based markers today. Okay, I just turned off the light because the shadows were a little bit disturbing. Now everything is a little bit darker. I will turn on the light when we start to color. However, I decided that I want to use those water-based markers as a base on this page here, just to test them out more and see how they perform and how much I like them actually. So the good thing about these is that those won't bleed through the pages, unlikely to the alcohol markers. Therefore those can be a little bit splotchy or streaky, but these are pastel tones, these are more smaller areas, so I think it should work just fine. And I will go over with pencils anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. So I will zoom you in and then we get started actually. So I'm starting with the R060 deep pink, and I'm using this color for her skin, and I'm using this as a base. I try to go kind of like I would use it for an alcohol marker base actually, and I just hope that it's not too streaky this way. I have to say, so far it does work quite well, it seems. I mean, if you have to go over, it might get a little bit splotchy. By the way, you can get deeper when you go over a second time. So that is similar to alcohol markers actually. But I think for a base they should work just fine and well, because yeah, as I said, I will go over with pencils, and then if there are streaks I will smooth them out. So this shouldn't be a problem. So these could be quite good alternative to alcohol markers. So I'm just thinking, this is obviously see-through. Now is the question, should I color it in the skin tone or in the other tone? I'm not very sure. I think I will go for the skin tone for now. I think this, yeah, okay. I will manage when I use my pencils to smooth everything out, I hope. Here you can see even this is a little bit see-through, but I will color this in the color that I will use for the dress. I think that I might take a violet for that actually, or red. Yeah, a red maybe. And yeah, I actually plan to film quite a bit on this weekend, but maybe I also will film some of those just quietly, because I actually really would love to listen to some audiobooks. Now I will quickly give those flower bouquet a base. For that I can actually zoom you in a little bit more. So, okay, I'm using G020 pale green now. Also this needs a base. This is very thin, but we have those brush markers with a very fine tip actually, which is very good because we can go in even in the thinner parts here. Yeah, what I'm thinking, I think all the background should be kind of green. So here from the flowers at least, because there will be some leaves, definitely. I think this is also a leaf. Maybe I will take a look at the colored version by Christine herself. I'm pretty sure that she had colored this one here. Just to get an idea about all the dark parts in here. I think she just did maybe a very dark green or something. These are also leaves here. So first I need to map out the colors that I'm using. It will make things easier for me afterwards when I go in with pencil, that I don't miss any spots. I think this has to be green as well, and also this here. So because I'm just now deciding and looking where to place all those colors, there's also one reason why I like to use base coloring. I'm also deciding on my color scheme at that moment. So, okay. Yeah, that looks not too bad. It looks nice. Okay, I think the other stuff could be hair maybe. So, yeah, I have this pale blue, no, this is blue-gray 03, and the number is MG030 or 030, and I will use this color on this flower here to give it a very light tint of a bluish color. And because in my imagination this is kind of a white flower, a white daisy maybe, but in coloring, or actually also in life, nothing is pure white, so need some shading. And on white things I like to shade with blue actually. Oh, here's another one. I almost missed this one here. So I have to say I'm very happy at the moment, because I will have 1 week off now from work, so a little bit of holiday, so to speak. And Upsala. Yeah, I will just enjoy my time, relax a lot. So I want to color maybe a lot. I want to read, maybe play a game or something. That would also be fun. I haven't played games, yeah, for a long time actually, because I'm using most of my free time that I have to spend for coloring and the video, yeah, making. This also takes a lot of time. So, and then, oh, this was, by the way, this was a V140 light peach. I don't know why it's called light peach, because this is definitely a violet tinted color. So I will go in with, so this is barium yellow. I'm so sorry, I want to have these like poppies, so I think the inner part shouldn't be yellow of these, but those parts will be yellow. And these might be more like a white. Is it Y? It's Y, huh? Could it be Y? I don't know. Really don't know. So now I'm going in with B020. This is pastel blue, and I'm using the pastel blue as a base for those flowers here. Just as a base. When I finish it, those flowers will be more violet than they are blue. But I also want to have a tint of blue in them, so therefore I just like to give them a violet base, a blue base. Yes, a blue base. And now for those poppies I'm taking R140. This is pastel rose, and I could have taken a more reddish color, but I don't know how good I can actually shade over them with pencils, so I decided to go with a lighter color. This color looks almost like salmon pink maybe. It's more pinkish though, but yeah, I think for a base this is actually a quite nice color. And yeah, I'm just having my little colors on this weekend, my private one, and I just want to enjoy myself coloring a whole lot this weekend. I don't think that I will color the whole week that much. I want to do other things, of course, but for the weekend, for this first weekend, I really want to, yeah, color a whole lot. I was looking forward to it so badly, and my plan is just to start a bunch of pages, play with, yeah, my new mediums that I've got here, my new supplies. So what I also found out about these water-based markers, that those work perfectly over the pencils later to intensify the colors even a little bit more. I think that I will do her dress in a red color. So is it still on frame? Okay. Oh, I think this was maybe a mistake. I don't know what this could be, but it's not part of this. Okay, I will see later how to fix it. So now I have a bigger space here, so I will see how good it works on here. I think on this grayscale it might even be a little bit easier to use those water-based markers, because even if they are a little bit streaky, yeah, it won't be that visible, maybe. It is visible a little bit. But I think it's still okay. I found another YouTuber who is really perfect with those water-based markers. I think that person is not even coloring over them with pencils a whole lot, but is creating her coloring pages mainly with those water-based markers, and it looks actually quite nice and beautiful and got me very much inspired. She uses this streaky style to her advantage actually, and yeah, this is something that I would like to practice too, maybe. Oh. So this got really streaky now, but yeah. As I said, it is an experiment this weekend, and I think it still would work very nice because I will go over anyway, so shouldn't be any problem here. For those smaller areas it is obviously not a problem at all. I also went over a little bit there. For bigger areas, yeah, maybe not that perfect, but yeah, I think it would still work. So now I think I will go in with a violet again. This is again the light peach, and I want to color in those bands here. And I try to stay in a limited color palette actually. So the background I might have it with green tones. That reminds me that I wanted to order some distress inks, because I think that I want to do this background with distress inks, and I don't have, I think I only have one green tone of distress inks, and that would be not enough to do this. Yeah, I think it's nice. I also just quickly will color in her shoes here. So that we just have some color going on the whole image. I will go in with barium yellow on this little bell here. Okay, it's only visible on this side. And then I've got Cool Grey 07 BG 070 on her shoes to give her black shoes later on. So she would have like very elegant black shoes. Because I think that she's going out with her sweetheart on Valentine's Day. And therefore she has dressed up that nicely. Oh, and I also might use just this dark grey color in the center parts here to indicate that these will be quite dark. I don't have a brown now, so I just use this, and it works quite well. It looks okay. So now the only thing I mean, I could give her lips some colors maybe. I will use this Pastel Rose that I have used on her dress and the poppies. Also on her lips. Okay. Her eyes could be blue, so okay, let's give the pastel blue. In her eyes. Oh, that looks really nice now, huh? So, and then her hair. Oh, I'm not in frame. So that's the problem when I'm zooming in, that I really always have to check that I'm in frame still. So I'm going in with the barium yellow again, and I'm using that for her hair. So I decided that she will have blonde hair. I wasn't sure. I was thinking about brown hair than black hair, but in the end I decided that she's a blondie. As stunning those curly hairs look, I don't enjoy coloring those in, I have to admit. I think Christine is the only person who does those kind of curly hairs quite often, and yeah, these are not so much fun to color in for me, but it still looks very nice. Especially when it is done. I might even speed up this process here a little bit, because yeah, this is just the marker base actually. So that's her hair done. So this is how the page looks right now with only the marker base, water based markers. There is absolutely there's absolutely no blitz through, so this is what I actually like. So maybe I really would like to use them as a base color. They are a little bit tricky, of course, especially on the larger areas, but as I will go over with pencils anyway, I think I should be able to cover this up quite well, so this shouldn't be a problem, I think. I will start with this color here, actually. So I will use my typical Prismacolors skin colors that I usually use. So light peach, peach, nectar, henna and sienna brown. And these are very small all. I also have the blush pink, and I'm very looking forward to when these are used up, so that I can actually have some longer ones. I really enjoy to work more with the normal long sized pencils, but when those get very short, pencils are expensive, so we have to use them obviously. But it's a lot more fun yeah, when we have a fresh pencil, of course. Especially for filming, it would be a lot better, of course, but yeah. As these are no color longs or anything special, I'm just wanting to demonstrate how I color. Yeah, I will use the stuff that I would use on my private time when I color. So, and I'm going in with the peach at the moment. This is the second lightest color that I have to use here. And it could actually be that the surface is now a little bit better and it's grabbing the color a little bit better. So this could be another plus from those water-based markers actually. Because this Christine Karron paper, it is actually a better, it is 100 grams, so it's the better option of those Amazon printed papers. But for me often it feels like the grayscale is coming through too much on these, more than on my own printer paper at least. And that's something that I often don't like so much. But it almost feels like, because of the water-based marker, the surface has maybe changed a little bit and it's actually grabbing the colors a little bit better. It could be my imagination though, as well. I will know it once this, once I'm finished with this here. Yeah, and those pencils are smoothing out the surface now. So, very curious how this will turn out. Okay, that looks not too bad. How far can I go before I lose you, so to speak? I think I will do a shadow on the whole neck area here. So, and it was very surprising to see that only the marker base took me a half an hour almost already. So I wanted to do a little bit of a check-in every hour, a little bit of a break and everything. And I only have 30 minutes left actually to get done something here. And I would at least like to get her skin done, at least that. And actually I also wanted to get her flower bouquet done. So we will see how that goes. Now I will go in with Nectar. This is a very nice transitioning color, I think. Works very well in darker skin tones as a highlight, and on those lighter skin tones, yeah, as transitioning colors between the shadows and the lighter parts of the page. It has a pinkish tone, but I like that actually. I also played recently with a more yellowish skin tone, and I also like that actually. It also looked not too bad. So I'm giving her some shadow on her cheeks here, and then I always outline the face, so to speak. And I always give a little bit of shadow under the mouth. And she is smiling, so need a little bit of a shadow here. Okay. and of course the nose. So, and I find just on those books by Christine that it's kind of hard to get rid of the grayscale, which usually is not a problem when I print them on my own paper. So yeah, we also need some shadow here on her nose. So at first, maybe when you color your skin, your faces, it might look a little bit distracting when there is this harsh difference between light and dark, but it will look a lot better once it is blended out. So some artists call it the ugly stage, which we have to go through when we color skin. I think I will also go here under her chin and also here on her shoulder. Here on those Christine Karron pages we have the shadows indicated. When I started with my coloring, I was actually also very afraid of grayscale images, but in the past there were not actually those Christine pages, which I would say those are more shaded than grayscale, but those were those really dark grayscale where the whole image is actually in a gray tone, so there are no white spaces at all, and so that's something that very scared me, and they do still actually. I did try my first darker or complete grayscaled page actually, yeah, in a Jade Summer book, and I have to say that it was actually still a lot of fun, and it does work. But I think that those I call it this in red, this really bumps me off now. Can you see it actually? I mean this little thing here. This is a bummer now. But I have to say that those Christine Karron pages actually never scared me, because because there is enough white space where you know your color will go down just nicely. I will go in now with henna. I think I will start here on her cheeks. I'm using this color as a shadow color, but also to give some redness to her face, so especially on the cheeks. And this color can be blended out with the henna perfectly, I mean with the nectar. So also here on the nose and here on her eyes actually. And the more layers you add on these pages here, it helps you to get rid of those this grayscale actually. And once I have this done, I will go in and blend this out a bit. It's peach. and light peach. Light peach acts as a very nice blender, so to speak, blending everything together a bit. I think, yeah, I'm doing a little bit more of shadow here actually. Okay. Oh my gosh, I think there are a couple that is unhappy and is like yelling at each other. And we are 2 days before Valentine's Day actually. So I also like to have some redness here on her shoulders, of course, and also because here is some very strong grayscale that I want to get rid of. I also use this color. I also will go in with my sienna brown later, so that will help a lot as well. Yeah, so like this actually. Okay, now I would go in with my nectar first, because I really want to blend this out, and this will also take away a little bit of the redness, and yeah, therefore it will get a little bit more pinkish. But this nectar is not actually like bright pink or something. It's a muted color, and therefore it is, I couldn't find such a beautiful color in other sets actually, because I have to say that the nectar really is the perfect transition for me on skin, on light tones and on dark tones. It works equally good on both color combinations. So I'm very curious. I really want to take a look how much time I've got left until I will do a little break. I shouldn't color in her arm because you can't see it, huh? But let's go in with peach now in order to blend this, because it looks very scary at the moment. Very scary, but it will look better in a moment, once this is all blended in a little bit. Okay. So I'm really trying to blend this now. So that we don't have those extreme contrast here. I have to say, yeah, I don't know. I still prefer to color Christine pages on, yeah, printed page, paper. I don't know. But I really wanted to get some pages done in this book here, so that's why I'm actually coloring directly in the book. So I think I will leave a highlight here, also a bit on there, and then yeah, on her arm it will be darker anyway. Yeah, so the red, I think I actually can't change it. This is a bummer. But why did you do this little? I think it was because of it. Naja, I will see later how what I can do with it. So now actually I want to take my light peach upsala, and blend this all together. Okay, so now I will go in with sienna brown, I think, to intensify some of those shadows. And you know that I like to use my polychromos at this stage. Voila. But you could of course use your Prisma sienna brown just as well. But at this stage I actually like the blending character of those polychromos, on which it's easier for me to not get too dark, if that makes any sense. So I'm really trying to bring in some nice shadows here. Also here is quite a strong shadow, so okay. These are my neighbors, the kids of my neighbors. At least these are happy. That's good. Happy kids are good. Okay. So I'm going in here the crease of her eyelids here. Yeah, and it does. It feels like it's not taking many more layers, so I think I'm almost done by limitation actually. If it was just me, you know, I could layer endlessly on skin. I can hardly stop. Yeah, but on those Amazon printed books, there's a point. You feel automatically that you have to stop. And this could also be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. There is something good about it. Okay, let's do some shadow here, and then under her lips, of course, and then here to really get the outline a little bit darkened. Okay. Okay. So she's not so pinkish today, I think. Could this be because of the base? So I'm just thinking, which color should I take next? I think I need more blending here actually, so I think I will go in with Nectar here. And your here could also have some more Yeah, it really feels like it's getting a little bit darker, the overall look. I think now I will go in with the peach again. So what you actually see is that I take quite a bit of time to shade and blend everything together. And I really work those colors into the paper. I think that I also will go in with the blush pink next a little bit. So at this point I'm trying to make this very smooth. Because I'm coming to an end, I can feel it. This paper is not taking a whole lot more. Okay, I think yes, I will go in with blush pink now. Whoopsala. This will bring in just a tint of color because it's very saturated already. So this won't change a whole lot actually. But I always find that it's also a nice transition color between the lightest shade, which is the light peach, and peach. So therefore I really like to use this color, but only at the almost very last step actually. Because if the paper is not saturated, then it would be a very pinkish color actually. Too pinkish. So, and now one last time I go in with my light peach actually. And I think then her skin is done, at least the skin of her face. So with the light peach you always can lighten up some areas a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Here on her chin. So, oh my gosh, this was my timer. My gosh. Okay. This is how far I have come now. So at least, and it's getting shiny, huh? So I will zoom out just a little bit. Yeah, this is how far I have come now in 1 hour. I have to film this actually for my other video. And then I think I will spend another hour on this one. So, yeah, this was 1 hour. For the dress I actually plan to have some special effects. I don't think that I will color this today actually, but I think I will, yeah, maybe I will also film this, maybe as a part 2 or something, And I have plans for the background and her wings actually that in my imagination are quite good, so you will see. So I have to charge my battery anyway, so I'm having a break now. See you later.